Hi there. Just wanted to go over some of our information from this past week and then also our week to come. Directional strategies was our area last week. Talked about mission, vision, values, goals related, etc. Had a discussion about vision and leadership overall. But then our written assignment was about mission statements. This assignment, some people really dig into this and um, find that perhaps the mission of their organization, which they may or may not have been knowledgeable of, doesn't really meet with the way they operate. So sometimes this is an interesting assignment for some folks to dig into. So let's go over to our questions, our quiz questions. Okay, sorry about that, having some technical difficulties. There was a question on the quiz about critical success factors. The question ended up, it kind of looked like there was potentially two answers that were correct. The question was kind of messed up. So I did give everyone credit for that. The one thing that I will say, and it's the same as this one, please be sure that when you're seeing these questions, read them carefully. I think we had this last week too. Sometimes they will be a negative. So like this one, which of the following is not? And that critical success factor one, it was as well. And I think that may have driven some of your answers. That you didn't see that word not. So just be careful with these to make sure that you're picking the correct answer. But the critical success factor question, I did give everyone credit for. So this one, which of the following is not a role of middle management in determining the strategic direction of an organization? So again, we're looking for the kind of things that middle managers don't do. Appealing to the economic motives important to healthcare employees. Yeah, they certainly can do that as part of strategic direction. Keeping the role of quality as a strategic goal before all employees. That's certainly it. Being involved in the redefinition of organizational vision. Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully organizations are using folks from all levels, management, non-managed, staff level, volunteers, senior leadership, everyone should be involved in that organizational vision. The one thing that middle managers probably would not do is select the CEO. That would actually be the role of the board of directors. So sometimes CEO selection, sorry, I have a cat wandering on my desk. A good example, and this isn't healthcare, but today, we are currently in the middle of a dean search, which is kind of like the CEO of our school. And ultimately, there's a committee that's overseeing that, and it's the job of the provost to help select the dean in conjunction with the president. But we were all asked to participate, so we could go. They did a presentation. We could hear what they had to say, and there were students that were involved as well too. There's a separate session just for students. You may have received invitations to come to campus and take part in these things. So we may have a role in giving an opinion, but ultimately, senior leadership, or in the case of a healthcare organization, the board of directors could choose somebody completely outside of whom we would be interested in having in that role. So selecting the CEO, not the role of middle management, but all of those other things certainly are. Next one, the term pathfinding is, and a few different answers here, but the correct one is the job of building a vision for an organization. So when you think about like the first one, and I think when folks got it wrong, maybe they chose this top one, but the means of identifying an organization's mission. When you think about mission and vision, think about the mission as the current state. So this is what our mission is to do right now. Like, we are here to provide health care to the community, to provide charitable care when needed, etc. So interestingly, some organizations have very lengthy missions that detail a lot of things, and some folks have a mission statement that's only a few words. So regardless, it doesn't matter. But you guys dug into mission this past week. Mission is about your current state. Vision is where you want to go. So what is your vision for the future for your organization? And it's really finding the path for your organization, hence the term pathfinding, the description of building that vision for your organization. Where are you going from here? Like an example would be our healthcare administration program. Our vision involves a more of a national focus. So we're looking to be an accredited, nationally recognized program of health services administration. So that's now currently we're a little more regional. Most of our students come from the Western Pennsylvania region or the tri-state area, and we're really looking to expand that and have more of a national reach. So our mission is to provide good education for our students. Our vision is to broaden that group of students. We think we're doing an okay job. Our thing is we want more students to get a more diverse mix of folks from all over the country. Healthcare is very much the same. What is your mission right now? What are you looking to grow into? What can you become from here? So that's that pathfinding, creating that path for yourself for the future. Okay, so let's talk about the week to come. So this week we're moving on to strategic alternatives, the development of strategy. So we've talked a lot about, okay, we're going to analyze the environment, internal, external. First step to strategy is making sure you have good directional strategies. So, mission, vision, values, we've got all of that. So now we're going to move on to, okay, let's develop our strategies. Let's develop multiple alternatives to how we want to proceed so that we can choose what's most appropriate and go from there. So that's going to be our work this week. In our discussion, we're going to talk about vertical and horizontal integration. So this is, as most of you know, or as I'm sure all of you know, healthcare organizations are expanding like crazy. So some of them are engaging in vertical integration, which is really about making sure that you are moving forward to merge with or purchase or whatever organizations in your supply chain. That's kind of broadly defined in the healthcare world. But so, for example, you may purchase a company that provides you with clients. So you may purchase physician practices, or you may purchase a company that you provide clients to. So you may purchase a long-term care facility. So you're purchasing your hospital is purchasing organizations that are kind of not necessarily along your supply chain, but are outside of your business, but are related to your business. There are also times when you're really purchasing companies in your supply chain, like maybe you'll purchase a interest in different things, different organizations that provide you with supplies, etc. But more commonly, we see vertical integration being hospitals buying other types of healthcare entities, or even outside of that, not necessarily provider, but other services to healthcare that are like UPMC is a good example in that they have a health plan. So it's another piece of the supply chain or of the healthcare chain. So that would be vertical integration. Horizontal integration are organizations that purchase more of them or merge with more of them. So hospitals that have new hospital, they all provide hospital services, but there's multiples, and they may purchase other hospitals along the path. A lot of places are involved in both. So UPMC is a perfect case study in that they have kind of expanded vertically by adding lots of new types of services, new organizations, but then they've also expanded horizontally because they keep adding more hospitals, as well as, like, most recently they just purchased a system in Maryland. So we're seeing them doing both, and many organizations are doing both. So I'll be interested to see what some of your rationale is on why organizations may want to do that. We also have a case study this week, the case for open heart surgery at Cabarrus Memorial Hospital. So this you're going to have the opposite partner than you had from the last group assignment, but you should be able to do the assignment, submit it as a group. You can let me open it. There's the questions for you. They're set up in a Word document. So you can just, if you want, you can just take this document and fill them in. Please put your name or your group information at the top. You don't have to write it in a fancy APA format or anything like that, but you can just answer the questions along here. Or if you would rather do something like a PowerPoint or a separate document or whatever, that's fine. Whatever works best for you, as long as the information's there, I'm good with that. But you don't need to take the answers to these questions and create a long narrative. You can just answer the questions. That's fine. Just answering the questions will be more than enough work for you for the week. It's a more challenging case study than the last one we did. I thought everyone did really great on the last one. This one's a little bit more challenging. So then we have a quiz this week, and that's it. So please be sure that you're working on your strategic plan, strategic business plan. If you have any questions, just reach out. But that's a time-consuming project, so I want to make sure that you are proceeding with that, and make sure you're doing okay there. If you have questions or if you need help, please just feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help you with that. So that's all I got. I look forward to seeing you in the discussions. Thanks.